You have the ring. And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Now let's see how well you handle it.
Welcome back to Thinking Critical. This is Wes, and you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I was throwing a peace sign, like saluting the people.
You said something during my intro.
I swear I didn't say nothing.
You were like,
there wasn't. You might have heard my TV.
Whatever. Welcome back to Thinking Critical. We're here. We're gonna have some fun. Not that long ago on the channel, Fatal J and I got together and we were talking about, is the DCEU ready to take over the MCU? It felt like the MCU was kind of losing a little bit of steam. The DCEU was kind of picking up the pace. Obviously, that was before the pandemic shutdown. Feels like things have changed, and I don't know, Fatal J, am I losing my mind, or does it feel like the MCU has kind of grabbed all that momentum back while the DCEU is kind of grinding to a halt? Yes, we do have the Snydercut that's coming out, and if you're excited about that, well, guess what? Warner Media has made it quite apparent you are not going to get any more Snydercut related material in the DCEU. Wonder Woman, the sequel, was not all that well received. We know we got a... the last big movie they had, I think, was The Joker, not really in the DCU, but then you look over the MCU. Yes, the Avengers is over. Captain America's gone. Not Thor. Iron Man's gone. Maybe they don't have those heroes, but these TV shows that they've got rolling out on Disney Plus seem to be picking up a lot of steam, Fatal J.
Yeah, you're right, but it's still not that oomph that it had back when we had phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Because when you saw those movies coming out in the trailers and previews, you was excited to see that. But now with WandaVision, and then next you got Winter Soldier and Falcon, it's cool, but it's not that same hype.
I don't have Disney Plus, so I can't watch these things as they're happening. But I will tell you this, as somebody that's on Twitter, not all that much. I'm on maybe like 20 minutes a day max. I know all about WandaVision because no one can shut up about it.
That's because they pay people to talk about it on Twitter and social media and stuff like that. They have social media. I talk about it. That doesn't mean it's the best thing. I talk about it, but that doesn't mean it's the best thing since sliced bread.
It's got you talking.
Okay, it's nothing else on
all
TV.
Rob Liefeld will talk about. He doesn't even talk about cable. Not cable. Deadpool. We're on the 30th anniversary. He can't stop talking about WandaVision.
Rob Liefeld gets hyped up about a character that he doesn't even really create it himself. And shout outs to Rob Liefeld, because Rob Liefeld, I love you, but you got to admit,
I think he just dissed the hell out of you, Rob. If you're watching. Fatal J is no fan.
No, I'm a true fan of Rob Liefeld. He's probably the main person that got me into comic books. But you got to be honest. The Deadpool that we now know and love, he did not invent that. He just invented the suit. Am I right or wrong?
Listen, I'm not jumping in here because I don't want to have any part to do with what you're trying to say and disparage the legacy of creation of Rob Liefeld. Would you like to trash cable while you're at it?
No.
Okay, pretty smart.
I'm just saying the Deadpool that we know. That Deadpool that we know and love is not the Deadpool that Rob Liefeld invented. If Rob Liefeld stuck with Deadpool, Deadpool would just be a ripoff of Deathstroke. That's just truth and facts.
Is it really sidetracked here, buddy? Obviously, another thing that we did have confirmation. We knew that Disney did acquire the Fox properties. They are making, I believe it's an R-rated Deadpool 3, and we're expecting them to integrate. We know they got plans for the Fantastic Four. We're expecting them to integrate the X-Men into the MCU, although there are rumors that they're going to be called the Mutants, but that stuff's going to freshen up the MCU real fast. What's DC really going to do to freshen up the DCEU?
Are you kidding me, sir? What? Sir, are you kidding me? Robert Pattinson, Batman, did you forget about that?
How many times have we seen Batman on the big screen?
How many times have we seen
Warner
him
Brothers? This is the fourth time they've done a movie.
How many times have we seen him brutally beat people down like he did in that trailer? We've never seen that before.
Look, did you not watch Ben Affleck as Batman?
That's
He's
true,
beating
but
those men to death.
but this version right here, he's going to be pounding their skulls at the concrete, and you're going to see.
But he's also going to be, shimmering in the moonlight.
No, see, you haven't watched this movie since then. I'm tired of people with that same argument. No,
Hey, screw you. I watched Water for Elephants, and I'm not forgiving Robert Pattinson anytime soon.
Pattinson,
Or the girl that made me go watch it.
People laugh at me because I say his name wrong. You're right.
Yes,
It's Pattinson, not Patterson. Pattinson. Robert Pattinson. I got it right.
Nah,
Pattinson.
not really. Closer though. But Batman is not exactly exciting. We've certainly seen him in Warner Brothers. We've seen him as part of the DCEU. He was in the Batman Superman movie. He was in the Justice League movie. Didn't he make a cameo in the Wonder Woman movie? Yes, he did.
We got a Black
So
Superman
it's not exactly
movie
something fresh, whereas at the MCU, we got all these cool shows popping up on Disney Plus. You've got integration of some of the bigger players that have never been part of the MCU before, finally going to probably get a true adaptation of the Fantastic Four. Hopefully a new squad of X-Men with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I just don't think the DCEU is going to be able to compete. And that Wonder Woman movie sucked.
It did suck. But this is the thing, too. You named all those potential movies. Are they going on Disney Plus or are they movie theaters?
I imagine they're going to make X-Men movies and they're going to make some mutant TV shows.
No, that's not going to work.
Hey, man, I'm hoping for a Marvel 2-in-1 TV show on Disney Plus and a Fantastic Four movie. Give me both.
I'm not going to lie. Okay, let me just keep it real. Yes, I'm a DC fanboy. I enjoy Marvel too, though. You could be right. I'm going to have to see how it goes, though. They was very wrong for making Blade that guy. Even though he a great actor, it needs to be Wesley Snipes. At the end of the day, if it wasn't for Wesley, these movies would not have the realistic core factor to them because they didn't believe in that before Blade. Can I say that?
Don't crack. Wesley still got it.
It has nothing to do with Black, sir. The Blade movie was just a cool movie.
I'm saying he still looks like he's 30.
Oh, yeah, he looks good. He looks good.
Jesus Christ, Fatal J.
He looks good. He looks good.
But that's the problem. So you're looking at the DCEU. Like, what DC property is going on to HBO Max are you excited about? I kind of want to see Green Lantern, but it's not even going to have Hal Jordan. Flashpoint is on the CW. And are you talking about the Flashpoint movie?
Yeah, that's going to be a huge. That's going to be a huge. Michael Keaton is in that.
He's going to cameo.
No, he's in there throughout. He's not going to cameo nothing.
You don't know that. You haven't. I'm talking about the movies. Obviously, you've got the MCU stuff that's on Disney Plus. Warner Media are going to put DC stuff on HBO Max, but none of that stuff has the balance. I think everyone's pretty excited what they're putting on the Disney Plus right now.
You excited for Winter Soldier?
Yeah. I happen to like Falcon. I like Sam Wilson, and I like Bucky Barnes. I like both those characters in the MCU. I think they kick ass.
I try to make an argument, but yeah, I'm excited too.
Like, what are you talking about? You were like, hey, are you excited about the Miss Marvel, No, I'll just skip that one, but I skip all the stuff on the CW too.
Okay, what we got? We got Fantastic Four. That's going to be dope if they do it right, even though this is the fourth incarnation of some pretty bad movies. Am I right?
Well, the first time it wasn't a real attempt, but technically you are correct.
I'm not talking about the one that was way back in the day. I'm talking about the one with the Chris Evans in it.
Yeah, that was the first one, and then you had Michael B. Jordan in the second one.
Did you like
those
the Chris
were awful?
Evans? They was awful.
No, those are really bad.
The Michael B. Jordan one was supremely awful.
The first 40 minutes were fine. Then it went bad.
No first 40 minutes, nothing. That movie was bad throughout. That I can honestly say that movie and Conan the Barbarian, not with Schwarzenegger, but with Jason Momoa, those are the two worst movies known to man. To mankind.
Well, I don't disagree with that, but Conan the Barbarian remake is up there. That was pretty atrocious.
It's top 5, man.
One of my
I
children
thought Jason
may or not
Momoa.
be named after Conan.
I thought
And so it
Jason
was
Momoa's
disappointing.
career was over with. I thought his career was over with after that movie.
He's
man.
lucky he got Aquaman. It feels like Aquaman's the hottest thing DC has right now.
Aquaman coming out again. Aquaman 2. So you trying to act like DC don't have nothing in the works. We have stuff in the works.
Why is this we stuff? I'm a DC fan. I prefer DC characters over Marvel characters.
I forgot. I'm thinking Snyder in my head. I'm thinking of Snyder in my head, you know.
And I wish the DCEU were hot right now, but it feels like it's cooled off, whereas Marvel's starting to pick up momentum. Now, what we don't know is how the box office is going to relate, because obviously there's been contraction. We've had movie theaters shutting down. I think we just saw Alamo Drafthouse was acquired, and they're shutting down screens, and we don't know how. Yes, that's kind of that's kind of happening. We don't know what the worldwide box office is going to look like coming out of this, and things haven't got back up to normal. Will we ever get back to the point where the MCU is almost guaranteed to do 800 million minimum and more likely to go over $1 billion? That's to be seen, but even the DCEU never really even did that once.
What are you talking about? DCEU had $1 billion movies.
When?
Wonder Woman.
Oh yes, Wonder Woman. No, yeah. Wonder Woman wasn't $1 billion. I think it was Aquaman was $1 billion. I'm talking about the
Wonder Woman hit $1 billion too. Eventually, it wasn't at that point, but I think it was eventually. She hit $1 billion.
Best Buy. I'm talking about the Snydercut stuff. I'm talking about all the stuff that he ruined.
That Snydercut stuff, Jason Momoa, Gal Gadot, that's Zack Snyder picks right there.
No, it had nothing to do with Zack Snyder. It would have been bad.
Sir, do you ever look at the credits? Zack Snyder fingerprints was all over those movies.
Listen, I saw Christopher Nolan's producer credit on Man of Steel, and I know that he had nothing to do with that movie.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't, or it would have been good.
He wrote something on
it. He said this was his involvement in Man of Steel. You should make a movie. All right, Christopher Nolan, you're getting the producer credit.
Hey man, you're not gonna do my friend Zack Snyder like that, man. Don't do him like that.
Friend? You guys
he might be my imaginary friend, but he's still my friend. Zach, what you think about that?
That's the other thing. That's the other thing. Like the most exciting thing coming out of the DCEU, according to you and a lot of people, is the Snyder Cut. Me personally, I'm not as excited. And that's fine. I don't have to be as excited as everyone else. But if people love it and they appreciate it, it's literally going nowhere.
When you say it's literally going nowhere, do you mean like it's going to be something to keep going, or you mean
no? That's the ending point. That is the end of the road as far as Zack Snyder's.
Well, what if this knocking off the box office? Well, not the box office, but this could potentially be the biggest movie.
Walter Hamada has all but said no. We're going in a new direction.
You're right, but what if this movie does what it's supposed to do and blow up, and people demand another one? This might not go anywhere.
Maybe you can get the guys from South Park to do it with puppets like World Police. What do you think? Zack Snyder's puppet Justice League movie?
No, man.
I don't think you're getting a live action movie ever from Zack Snyder and the DCEU again.
So you think this is it?
It's the end of the road. And so now you guys are going to have to jump on the Ayers cut?
Yeah, the air cut is coming.
You're going to make sure it happens.
No, I know from people this movie is coming. Just like people were saying the Snyder Cut is never coming, Fatal J. I told people it's coming. The air cut is coming. It's coming to HBO Max.
Squad was an absolute nightmare.
Yes, it was. But the air cut is supposed to be better.
But I don't know, Fatal J. Let's talk. For real, though. You, as a DC fanboy, you have to admit, Marvel's kind of got the momentum now. DC's kind of fallen off.
I would have said that if Starks and Chris Evans was still involved, if Hugh Jackman was still involved, I would say that.
We know that there's rumors that Chris Evans is going to be coming back.
I heard that too. I saw that. I read that on some articles. Now, is he going to come back as old Cap, or
Well,
they
we
gonna
do
go
know
with
that we have the
continuity?
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness movie coming back, so they could. That's a Deus Ex Machina, to where you could undo some things
Yeah, but
that
that's
have
a
already
cop
happened.
out, man.
Well, what
'Cause
do you think they're going to do with Flashpoint, Fatal J? Cop out?
Well, you don't want to say the Snydercut is done, so you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you sad.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry later. So what?
All right. Well, I don't know. I think it's crazy. It's probably
Okay,
a
I'm
lot closer
gonna
than
be
it
honest
needs to
with you.
be.
Let me be honest with you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Winter Soldier and Falcon is gonna be a great show. WandaVision was a good show, but it didn't deliver like they said it was gonna deliver with the hype. They said somebody big was coming. Nobody big showed up. If they talking about Quicksilver, wow, that wasn't the Luke Skywalker moment that we was waiting on. Fantastic Four can be unbelievable and great. That is a great team book. Just like how I love X-Men, I love Fantastic Four. That could be good. Blade, Mashallah Ali, spectacular actor. He'll probably knock it out the park. It looks good. Black Widow, I'm still interested to see what they're going to do with that movie. I know it's going to be good, but like I said, it doesn't have that same hype like the same phase, the early phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. It doesn't have that hype. These are just good movies now, not classics, not phenomenal movies,
Well,
just good
the
movies.
MCU's not competing with its old self; it's competing with the DCEU. What from the DCEU really has that hype?
To me, you should compete with yourself to outdo the last thing that you did. Do you think it will be something ever on the level of Endgame and Infinity War?
Yes, Avengers versus X-Men.
That's not good. That's Civil War Part 2.
No, it's not. It's Avengers versus X-Men. X-Men are different.
You got to think though, who's going to play the X-Men though? Because if Hugh Jackman is not in that joint, why do it? They're going to have to start from scratch when it comes to X-Men to get to the point of a Avengers versus X-Men.
You're going to have Joel Edgerton
and think
as
about
Wolverine.
Think about this: who's going to
How
be
about
in the
Henry
Avengers?
Cavill as Wolverine? Boom.
I would take that. But I'd rather
they
have
could do
Henry
whatever.
Cavill as,
Peter Jackson did with the Hobbits in Lord of the Rings, and they could make Henry Cavill look short and just enormous at the same time.
That's a bad pick, though. If you're gonna have Henry Cavill play somebody from the X-Men, he needs to play Cyclops. He's a better Cyclops.
Cyclops isn't enormous. He's not jacked.
Cyclops is jacked. Have you seen them old Jim Lee comic books?
Listen, man,
jacked.
Not compared to Wolverine.
He don't need to be Wolverine. You need somebody more gritty. Henry Cavill's a clean Boy Scout type of character. I mean, actor.
Man, you're crazy, but hey, so Fatal J, I don't know if people know this, but you do have a comic book that's available right now. I think you're crowdfunding it. Did you have something you wanted to say about
Ninja Blast? Yeah, Ninja Blast. Hey, Ninja Blast is a dope mega style comic book that I'm coming out with on Indiegogo. I'm pretty sure Wes will have the link up for you in the description box below and maybe on the end screen. I'm not sure, but check out Ninja Blast. It's going to be a blast. Great art, great story. It's going to be fun. It's going to take you back to the 90s where when you see somebody punch somebody, they're really punching somebody. And it's not that weak stuff from the other companies that I'm not going to name. But make sure you check out Ninja Blast and to help an indie comic creator. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much.
So there's not going to be any of that limp-wristed comic action that we're getting from the big two these days.
Now, when you see a kick, you're going to see a bone-crushing kick like in reality.
Some Rob Liefeld-inspired comic book violence.
Exactly. Bingo.
Well, you heard it here, folks. There's also going to be a little preview trailer here on the end of the video. But please support Fatal J. He's a good friend of the channel. He's a great guy. And he wants to make a Ninja copy, not Ninja comic book. Make it happen for him. There is a link in the video description. And go help your brother out. He's a good dude.
Thank you. You just learned that your ninjutsu sensei is hiding a murderous secret from you. What would you do? Enter Ninja Blast the 32-page Ninja Revenge manga-style comic book. Once Ninja Blast lands in your hands, you will understand the awesome, spectacular, page-by-page comic book goodness still exists. All professional comic book readers and collectors like yourself deserve an incredible comic book experience with action-packed art, a dynamic, well-written story without millions of speech bubbles on one page. The Ninja Blast story consists of the young Shadow Blast ninja Ace, who gets caught up in a family feud between his sensei and his sensei brother, General Ganto of Neo Tokyo. This feud would drag Ace into a secret of his past that he wasn't never prepared for. Ninja Blast is created by me, Fatal J, and your first ninja mission assignment is to become a backer of Ninja Blast today on Indiegogo.